Taehyung shocked. Suga created a special song for Jungkook and Lisa. Taehyung's reaction leaves fans speechless. Seoul, South Korea. News about Suga, Min Yoongi, secretly creating a special song exclusively for Jungkook, BTS, and Lisa, Blackpink, continues to shake the K-pop world. But behind the public spotlight and the explosive reactions from ARMY and Blink, there was one reaction that turned out to be the most touching and unexpected of all: Taehyung via BTS. According to an internal source close to the HYB studio, purely fictional, of course winking face, Taehyung was the last BTS member to learn about the song's existence. Headphone the moment Taehyung heard the song for the first time. On a quiet night, Taehyung reportedly stopped by the studio just to greet Yoongi. There was no recording plan, no official schedule. But Yoongi suddenly said, in his usual flat tone, "Hey, I want you to hear a song." At first, Taehyung assumed it was just another demo. But as the music began, soft piano, deep beats, and lyrics heavy with emotion, his expression slowly changed. He didn't say a word while the song played. The source said Taehyung sat still, shoulders slightly tense, eyes fixed on the speakers. When the chorus hit, subtly portraying two people connected to each other yet trapped under the world's spotlight, Taehyung immediately understood. This is about Jungkook and Lisa, right? Yoongi didn't answer right away. He simply gave a small nod. Faced without mouth Taehyung's reaction, shock, silence, then emotion. A few seconds after the song ended, the room reportedly fell into complete silence. Taehyung lowered his head, let out a long breath, then leaned back in his chair. "Hyung, this is too honest." According to the source, Taehyung wasn't shocked by gossip, but by the depth of emotion Yoongi had poured into the song. As Jungkook's closest friend since their trainee days, Taehyung felt the song revealed a side of Jungkook he'd only witnessed quietly from afar. "I know Jungkook, but I didn't realize his feelings ran this deep." His eyes were said to glisten. Speech balloon Taehyung, "You both hold too much inside." During their long conversation that night, Taehyung reportedly said to Yoongi, "Jungkook always smiles. Lisa always looks strong. But this song feels like it's saying they're tired of pretending." He even let out a small, bitter laugh. "Fans see them on stage, but your song shows them when the world isn't watching." Yoongi only replied quietly, "That's why this song can't be sung by just anyone." White Heart Taehyung's attitude toward Jungkook changed after that. Interestingly, after that night, fans in this fictional story began noticing a change in Taehyung's behavior toward Jungkook. He patted Jungkook's shoulder more often, sat closer to him, and was seen watching him longer than usual. One moment that sparked speculation was when Taehyung said backstage, "If one day you're tired, say it. Don't hold it in alone." That simple sentence is now considered by fans as an emotional code linked to Suga song. Globe showing Europe Africa fan reactions. Taehyung must know everything. It didn't take long for ARMY and Blink to speculate. If even Taehyung was shocked, the song must be deep. V is the most emotionally sensitive. If he went silent, it's serious. This isn't just a song. It's a confession. The fictional hashtag Taehyung knows was even said to trend in international fan communities. Musical notes a song that changed everything. In this story, Suga's song wasn't only about Jungkook and Lisa, it also changed how those closest to them viewed the story. Taehyung, usually playful and expressive, became the quietest witness to emotions long kept hidden. "Hyung, if this song is ever released, the world will fall silent," Taehyung said before leaving the studio. Yoongi answered softly, "I know." The studio that night. The BTS practice studio was nearly empty. Dim lights. Only the sound of footsteps and the occasional clink of a water bottle filled the air. Jungkook had just finished extra vocal practice, sweat still clinging to his temples when he noticed Taehyung sitting in the corner. Silent, not on his phone, not joking like usual. Normally, Taehyung will be the first to break the silence. But not that night. Jungkook noticed. "Hyung, what's wrong?" Jungkook asked while wiping his neck. Taehyung slowly lifted his head. His gaze was different, deeper, more careful. "Yoongi, Hyung played the song for me." The sentence was short, but the impact was immediate. Ice Cube Jungkook freezes. Jungkook's hand stopped mid-motion. The water bottle hovered in the air. He blinked once, then twice. That song. Taehyung nodded. Several seconds passed in silence. Jungkook finally sat on the floor, leaning his back against a glass wall. He let out a small laugh, too quick to sound relaxed. It probably sounded dramatic, huh? Taehyung immediately shook his head. No, it was honest. White-heart Taehyung's words that made Jungkook look down. Taehyung moved closer and sat beside Jungkook, not too close, not too far. Just enough space to breathe. I wasn't shocked because of Lisa. I was shocked because of you. Jungkook swallowed. You've always looked like you were fine. That sentence made Jungkook lower his head even more. His black hair fell over his eyes. Because I had to. His voice was soft, almost a whisper. You're not alone, Kook. Taehyung let out a long breath and spoke in a tone he rarely used, serious, mature. No jokes. I've been friends with you since we were kids. If TAEHYUNG wrote a song like that, it means you've held things in for too long. Jungkook covered his face with one hand. His shoulders trembled slightly, not crying, just exhaustion. I never meant to make anyone worry. Taehyung gently patted his shoulder. That's exactly why. Musical note: the song said what Jungkook never could. According to the fictional source, Jungkook finally said, "Some feelings are easier when someone else sings them." Taehyung understood instantly. And TAEHYUNG sang them for you. Silence filled the room again. Waxing crescent moon Lisa's name, spoken softly. After a few minutes, Jungkook said without looking at Taehyung, "She never asked me to wait." Taehyung nodded. That's why the song hurts. Jungkook smiled bitterly. Hyung, do you think I'm selfish? Taehyung turned immediately. No, you're human. When fragments of this story leaked into fan communities, reactions exploded. Taehyung is Jungkook's safe place. If V knows, those feelings are real. This isn't fan service. This is their life. The fictional hashtag Taehyung protects Jungkook gained traction. Dumb night, that was never the same again. Before leaving the studio, Taehyung stood and said, "Kook, if that song is ever released, don't feel alone." Jungkook nodded softly. Thank you, Hyung. That night, it wasn't just Suga's song that changed everything, but a small honesty. Jungkook finally allowed himself to speak. Lisa falls silent when she hears the song is about Jungkook. I know this voice. Fictional news continuation. Paris, late at night. The hotel lights were still on. Paris lay quiet beyond the tall window. Lisa sat alone on the sofa, wearing a gray hoodie, her hair loose. Her phone vibrated softly on the table. Taehyung's name appeared on the screen. She was surprised, not by who was calling, but by the timing. Appa. Lisa's voice sounded light, as usual. But from Taehyung's breathing alone, Lisa knew this wasn't a casual call. Envelope with arrow the sentence that made Lisa go silent. Lisa, I've heard TAEHYUNG song. Lisa didn't answer right away. What song? Even though she already knew, Taehyung didn't push. The song that says, the things you two never say out loud. Silence. Lisa closed her eyes. Her hand tightened around her hoodie sleeve. Does it sound sad? She asked, half joking. No. Taehyung replied. It sounds honest. Brain.